Hello friends, welcome to C Programming Tutorials. In this class we are going to learn about structures in C Programming. So what is a structure? So before going to discuss about the structure, in our previous classes we discussed about variables. So what is a variable? Simply saying int a is the variable. So what is the purpose of the variable? In this variable we are going to store the data. How many data elements we are going to store? Only. So one data element we are going to store. So what are the disadvantages in this? We can store only one data element. So for example, in my program, I want to use 5 data elements. All the data elements are the same data type. Then I am going to use arrays. Okay. In this, I am going to store the 5 elements. So what is array? So array is a group of similar data items. Now, so what is the disadvantage in this array? In this, the disadvantage is all the elements are same type. So for example, I want the first one as integer, second one as float, third one as char, so fourth one as string. That means a character array. So that was not possible when you are using arrays. Now, how we can achieve this? How we can use some multiple data elements as a single unit means by using structure. So now we see the definition. A structure is a collection of related elements. So possibly of different types. Having a single name. Each element in structure is called field. Okay. If you see that the definition is similar to array definition. So array is a collection of similar data items. The structure is collection of different data types. Okay. So now array is also used with the help of one name a. That means all the 5 elements can be accessed with the help of variable a. And similarly here also the structure elements or fields are accessed with the help of only one name. Okay. So each element in structure is called as a field. Okay. So now we see how to declare a structure. So we can declare the structure in 2 types. One is tagged structure format. Second one is type declaration with type def. Okay. The first one you can specify. You can use structure keyword. After that here you can specify the structure name. This we are called as a tag. Okay. Struct. After that you are going to give the structure name. In this you are going to give the fields. And so coming to type declaration with type def, you are going to use type def and struct. These two are the keywords. So after that you can specify the fields, and after this closing bracket you are going to specify the structure name. Here you are going to give the semicolon. Okay. We declare the structure in 2 ways. So one is tagged structure format, another one is type declaration with type def. Okay. So struct, structure name and fields. In type declaration with type def, you are going to use type def, struct. After you can give the field list and structure name semicolon. Okay. So now we see the examples how to declare the structure. So here, this is the student structure. So student structure. This is the student. Okay. Now in the student, the first one is student number. It is integer. So next field name is student name. It is array, character array. And float average. So this is the field average. It is a type float. Okay. I hope you all are understand. A structure is a collection of different data items, and all the data items can be accessed with the help of same name. Okay. Here the data type is student. Now in this student we have 3 fields. One is student number, student name, average. All are the different data types. Okay. And the same structure we can define with the help of type def. So type def int student number, char student name, float average. Here you are going to give the structure name. Okay. How to initialize the structure fields? Say here student number, student name and average. Now I want to initialize these fields. So for example, it is a array. How we can initialize the array? For example, int a of 5, we can initialize like this: 1, 2, 15, 6, 7, 5 elements. Okay. In the same way, the structure is also initialized. First, you are going to create a variable to this data type. So I can write like this: student s1, student s1. Now s1 is the variable for student type. Now the student contains what? S number and s name and float average. So this is the float. Okay, now you see student number is integer, so 2 bytes. Let us assume integer 2 bytes, floats 4 bytes, char 1 byte, and s name 20 into 1, so 20 bytes. Average float, so it is 4. So what is the total size of the structure student? 22 plus 4, 26. S1 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and Ramu, and average 45.5. If you initialize only one element, then the remaining are null values. So these are the 0, this is the /0. So now we see how you can access the structure. So these are the elements already stored in the structure S1. Now we see how to access these elements. How we can access? With the help of the variable S1. So S1 dot S number means 1, 2, 3, 4. So S1 dot S name Ramu. So S1 dot average. Okay. Here, so S1 we are called the S1 as a object. So S1 is the object. You are going to use dot to access the elements in the structure. S1 dot field name. Here the field name is S number, and S1 dot S name, S1 dot average. So now we are going to see one example program. Here also I am taking the same structure. So type def struct student number, student name, average. Okay, here I am creating one object to the structure student. Okay, now the yes. So this is the yes. Okay, yes equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and Ramu 45.5 is initialized. Okay, now I want to print the content in this student structure. How? So printf number equals to, what is the number? How I can access the number? S dot S number. Similarly, so name equals to S dot S name. Average equals to S dot average. Now what it prints? So number equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Name equals to Ramu. Average equals to 45.5. Okay. So now I want to read the values from the keyboard. How? By using scanf function. So enter student number. This message is displayed on monitor. After that, the cursor is waiting to read the data from the keyboard. So %d ampersand s dot number. For example, I enter 456. Now this 456 is stored in s number. 456. Next, enter student name %s. Scanf %s ampersand s dot s name. Now I enter Ravi. So now Ravi is stored in this s name. Ravi. So next, enter student average marks. Scanf %f ampersand s dot average. For example, I enter 65.7. Now the 65.7 is stored at s dot average. Now if I print a number, s dot s number, now it prints 456. If I print s dot s name, it prints Ravi. If I print s dot average, it prints 65.7. Okay, so in this way you are going to use the structures in C programming. Now we see the execution of structures. So this is the structure I defined, student. So this is the yes object to the student. and this is the initialization, and directly I print the content in that structure. So after that I read the values from the keyboard and assign to this object yes. Okay, now we execute this program. GCC program 46.c. So warning ./a.out. Okay, so student number equals to 1234, student name Varada, student average marks 45.5. Now I enter the details like this. So 456 Ravi and mark 67.5. Okay,